Hey, what's up everyone? It feels like we're living in the future right now, especially with the rise of digital humans. Today we're diving deep into this fascinating world where AI is creating avatars that can talk, teach, and even bring back voices from the past. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So let's kick things off with something that's gaining serious popularity, Character.ai. Imagine being able to chat with your favorite celebrities, historical figures, or even fictional characters, all powered by AI. Yep, that's right. From chatting with Einstein about physics or having a conversation with Iron Man, Character.ai is bridging the gap between reality and fantasy, and it's blowing people's mind. So you can go to Character.ai, sign in, and you will see plenty of different characters you can talk to. This could be some anime characters, brainstorm ideas, there could be some movie or cartoon favorite characters, etc. And there are also celebrities that you can talk to. And let's take, for example, Elon Musk. So you can talk to Elon Musk and ask him any questions. For example, says, "You're wasting my time. I literally rule the world." So we can ask, why did you buy Twitter, for example, and see what he says. "I voted to give people a platform to speak freely. I don't like censorship, and I think Twitter was getting too big for its own good." And you can also call Elon Musk. "Hey Elon, how are you doing? Is there any news? Are you planning to acquire new companies in the future?"
I don't really plan on acquiring more companies in the near future. At the moment, I'm fully focused on Twitter. That's enough work for anyone.
This is probably more of a fun feature rather than practical use case for business. But it's not just for fun and games. Digital humans are getting serious. For example, LinkedIn's co-founder, Reid Hoffman, recently made headlines for creation of digital twin that can actually hold real-time conversations with users. It's like having a personal mentor at your fingertips 24/7.
Why would I want to be interviewed by a digital version of myself? Reid.AI, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello everyone, I'm thrilled to be here today. I'm an AI-generated version of Reid Hoffman, his digital twin. My thinking and everything I am saying comes from a custom GPT that is based on 20 years of Reid talking and making content. So I've read all his books, watched his speeches, and listened to his podcasts. I think it gives me a pretty good sense of how you approach the world, Reid.
So first, I'm going to challenge Reid.AI with some questions to see what it can do and how good its content is in mirroring what I might say.
Then the tables will turn, and I will challenge you with some questions about AI.
I think you got the idea.
Of course.
Now, here's where things get even wilder. Companies like D-Brain AI, Silicon Intelligence, and Superbrain, and more are using this tech to literally revive the dead. Well, digitally at least. These platforms create AI-powered avatars that can mimic the voices and appearances of historical figures or even loved ones who have passed away. Imagine being able to have a final conversation with someone you lost. It is emotionally powerful and definitely a bit spooky. And I'm not going to argue about the ethical implications of this, but such services exist and have an increased demand, especially in China. Sounds freaky. So yeah, I think you get the idea. What do you think about it? Write down in the comments below. How ethical is that to replicate a real human with a digital one? When a person like 22 years old guy was dead and was resurrected with AI. What do you think, guys? And let's not forget about business. More companies are using digital avatars to interact with customers, onboard new employees, and even teach courses. These avatars are not just robotic voices, they're lifelike with natural speech and facial expressions, making them feel human. Now, let's talk about a company that I came across here in Europe that work on digital human creation, Unith.AI. These guys are creating avatars that not only can talk, but can also lip sync to pre-recorded videos. It's like watching a live actor, but it's entirely driven by AI. The tech behind is straightforward. First, they take your messages or transform voice to text to feed them through a custom knowledge base using ChatGPT. and then convert that text back into voice. Moreover, it will lip sync the avatar's mouth to match with what's being said. So it looks like you're talking to a digital human in real time. So in order to try Unith.AI, you need to go to app.unith.ai, then you need to enter your email address, and I'll go with mine real quick. Then you said that you're not a robot, then you continue. They send you an email, so you need to go to your inbox. And once you log in, your screen is going to look like this. You probably want to accept cookies. Then you can go to the dashboard and you can create your digital avatar. So you can go with create, and we go with conversational avatar. Then we type a name for the avatar. In my case, let's call that guy Patrick. We need to select a voice, and here you can browse from the different voices that you can go with English. Let's go with American, and let's listen to the male voice.
Began their journey as an amateur.
So the user interface language should be English, and speech recognition again is English. Here, if you get a free trial like I do, you will be able to build using 2 avatars. If you have a paid version, you will have many more avatars to choose from. So those avatars actually are real life people that were recorded in a professional studio format to kind of replicate the mimics of the face and the way they're looking at you, etc. So first, I will create an avatar for me that's going to work for my website. What is important, you have to have your knowledge base in the PDF format. Open the knowledge base, we can see, hey, the name of the shop is Anon e-commerce shop. This is the mission statement, payment methods, shipping, active listening, product catalog that we have. Then we have different frequently asked questions, how I track my order, can I change or cancel it, etc. So the whole thing is submitted to our digital avatar. And then we go next. There's a welcome message. Hi, how can I help you? How can I help you? And those are some starting questions. Let's leave what types of clothing are included, etc. And then we can auto-generate if we wish, or write our own questions. And this is just for easy plugin if you want to help somebody navigate and quickly choose a question themselves. And then basically fine, we go and we can give it a tag, basically, in order to navigate and understand how can I find this guy later on. So here you would receive the code that you can use to embed your digital avatar into your website, and you can use the iframe, you can use the HTML code, or you can go and visit the dashboard here and basically chat and talk and try to communicate with this guy. So you go with this link, you go with
Hi, how can I help you?
And he starts to speak, so I can ask him different questions. You can also speak. What are your working times? And it's sent, and then basically we're waiting for a reply, and it's going to reply like a
Our
human.
working hours are from Mondays to Wednesdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
This
Is there anything else you would like to know?
Because I've set it specifically from Mondays to Wednesdays, so that's a little bit different, not a general one. So that was in my knowledge base. Says we're working from Mondays to Wednesday from 9 to 6. Okay, cool. And I can embed this to my website. In order to embed this in my website, I will use Visual Studio Code for my sample website that I used before. I will leave the link for the website in the description. So I have taken the deployment, I'm basically taking this code, and I've deployed it to my website, and you will just see right now where I put it. I'm not going to go through the details because it's really a simple website and we're not looking to teach and do embedding ourselves. So here's
How can I help?
Here's my digital avatar, and basically here on the website I can speak to him. I can ask, what do you sell? And that way, kind of, here's my website, a lot of products, and here I can actually talk to you.
We offer a range of products including clothing, footwear, accessories, and more. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
We can say, I'm looking for footwear. What are the delivery terms? Yeah, and sometimes it takes some time to think and reply, just because
Our delivery terms include standard shipping, 35 business days, express shipping, 12 business days, and free shipping on orders over $50.
It's actually
Is there a
2 business
specific
days,
product
so I
you're
have to
interested in?
specify that in my knowledge base. All right, so this is how it looks if I embed it to my sample website, e-commerce. It can be quite unique because before that, I used to have like a web chat that I can talk to and ask some certain questions. What are your working times? And pretty much get the same response. In that case, it's a little bit different. It is interactive, right? So you can first ask a chatbot and you will get the same reply because the chatbot has absolutely the same knowledge base, or you can talk to kind of a real human and sort of, interact with it. So that's pretty cool. Another example I wanted to quickly to show you is when we can create another digital human, and it will be teaching me English, for example. Let's go with the lady this time. Let's go with Leah, and let's actually select a lady. Let's select a female voice. Let's go with English. In that case, I want to be British. Let's go with Kayla. She really sounds like a teacher. So here I will upload, you can upload the knowledge base. In that case, I will not have the knowledge base, but I will have specific prompts. It asks to upload that. So basically now this time I've submitted the file in TXT format. So there are two file options you can submit. First is PDF and second is TXT. So the last time I was submitting PDF, now it's TXT, basically file, notepad. There's a welcome message. Let's go with hello. We going to learn today. Let's start with something like this. Here are a bunch of different questions. I don't care about these questions. Let's just leave it blank. And now we've got our avatar, and let's give it a tag English tutor. So in my case, the knowledge base that I've just submitted is basically a set of instructions how it should perform. But then once you've created these avatars, what you can do is you can go to Leah, go to basic details, and basically what you can do, you can just adjust the prompting that's inside. If I open my TXT file, it's basically the bunch of instructions how it should talk to me. Your personalized English tutor. This GPT will use by individuals looking to enhance their English proficiency, etc., etc. So I would just go and copy paste that, because I don't want it to be like the knowledge base. I want it actually to perform according to the rules, set of rules I've just suggested. So instead we go to the advanced settings, and it has some safety reasons, so you would not accidentally fail the instructions. So it has the personality overview, answer politely for greetings. I'll delete the whole thing. I'll just paste that, my instructions. So here are the role, context, and a lot of other things. Here is the specific instructions. So the specific instructions are meant, and you can actually read what are the default instructions for your actors. And the default prompt would say, you have to use the context search tool, and you have to always refer back to the knowledge base. In my case, I don't need to refer to knowledge base. I wanted to always so this would act as English teacher. The caps lock in my case doesn't matter really. Sometimes I tend to shout at those avatars just because they don't want to do what I ask them to do, but you could use also the lowercase. So we've changed the instructions, and let's actually see if it will be able to teach me some English.
Hello, what we're going to learn today.
Let's discuss a topic about food, for example.
Great. Let's talk about food. Do you have any specific aspect of food that you'd like to focus on, such as ordering food in a restaurant, describing different cuisines, or talking about cooking? Sure. Let's practice ordering food in a restaurant. I'll be the waiter, and you can be the customer. Here's how the conversation might go. Waiter, good evening. Welcome to our restaurant. Can I get you something to drink? Your turn to respond.
Yes, I have Coca-Cola and water. Let's see if it can understand if I made a mistake there.
Great choice. In this scenario, you can respond to the waiter by saying, I'll have a Coca-Cola, please. Or I'll have a glass of water, please. Let's continue the conversation.
Right, I think it's pretty much clear. So you can that way practice English and with English tutor and speak to that. It did suggest that the correct way of saying that, but it didn't mention what was my mistake was. So I probably have to work a little bit more on with the instructions and provide some more guidance and examples. But here's the idea, right? So it says, I'll have a Coca-Cola, please, right? Instead of, yes, I have Coca-Cola. So it kind of noticed the mistake and provided the correct version, but it didn't mention what was the mistake there. So I think that's kind of a simple idea of what it can be used. Do use different characters, and you can also use the API to connect to different apps with these things. By the way, by default, they're using ChatGPT. But if you're using API, you can literally change that and use the API for other services, like I mentioned, like Claude or Google Gemini or any other model. Unith.AI tag is already being used in a bunch of cool ways, like on e-commerce sites where customers can ask the AI questions about the products, or even for teaching English. There is also the potential to use these avatars for creating customer onboarding videos that feel like a real person is guiding you, training sales teams to pitch the products to a client, and simulate a role game with a digital avatar. Use it as a shopping assistant in retail shops. When people get in, they literally can scan a QR code on their phone and access a digital avatar that will be able to answer any questions a customer has to provide assistance on the product, price, company values, and more. You can use it in the hotel business to check in people when they arrive at the hotel or as a concierge service. Moreover, in future, there might be a case where digital avatars start to be present at educational institutions like schools or universities. It is always a challenge for a teacher to teach a subject to many students at once, while with digital avatars, that can be done individually on a personal level. Andrej Karpathy, co-founder of OpenAI, founded Eureka Labs, where he plans to use generative AI, and I'm reading this so digital avatars, either agents that will be able to serve every single person on our planet. This provides huge grounds for such technology to emerge. To summarize, this whole tech is super efficient and totally scalable. And of course, Unith.AI is not the only game in town. If you want something a little bit more customizable, tools like custom GPTs, Claude Artifacts, or Google Gems gives you a ton of flexibility. With custom GPTs, for example, you can even do things like function calling, submit pictures, and use Python for calculations, all within the same AI model. However, without a digital version of a human yet. For those interested in creating videos, you've probably heard of HeyGen or Synthesia, which specialize in super realistic lip syncing. These tools might actually have the edge in terms of visual quality, but Unith.AI is a special case with its real-time conversations. Let's actually take a look how the HeyGen works, and you can not only submit the text and create a video out of that, but another use case is basically translating any text that you put in into different language, and it will make it sound like you're speaking any other language. Let's actually take a look.
All right, so supposedly this is a vocal translator that's drag and drop, so I can just drop this in, and it theoretically should just make it the new language. D'accord, donc apparemment c'est un traducteur vocal qui est glissé-déposé. Donc je peux simplement le déposer et théoriquement cela devrait simplement le rendre. Angeblich ist dies ein Vokalübersetzer, der per Drag and Drop funktioniert. Also kann ich das einfach fallen lassen. Und theoretisch sollte es die neue Sprache machen und dann auch meine Lippenbewegung übersetzen.
Can you say that's AI? Hard to tell, right? And speaking of conversations, if you're just looking for pure AI interaction, GPT-4o Advanced Voice Mode offers faster response times and more natural sounding voices than most competitors. It is supposed to be broadly available, but unfortunately not in Europe, so I can't demo it today. Here's an example from their product demo.
Hey, so guess what? I've got a huge interview coming up, and I really would love your help preparing for it.
That's fantastic news. I'd be thrilled to help you get ready. What's the interview for, and how can we start preparing?
It's a software engineering role, and I was thinking you could do kind of a rapid fire mock interview, maybe ask me 3 questions, and at the end you can give me some feedback.
Great idea. Let's dive straight in. First question. Can you tell me about a challenging technical problem you solved in your previous projects and how you approached it?
Anything about my body language? Was my delivery okay?
Well, your body language was generally positive and engaging. You maintained good eye contact and seemed attentive, which is great. One note though, try to avoid touching your face too much. It can be distracting and might give off signs of nervousness.
Now, let's zoom out and look at how these digital avatars are impacting the global stage. Meta last week rolled out a feature that lets you chat with digital humans in real time.
Hey, congrats on the new book that you just released. What's the main thing that you're hoping that people take away from it?
Thank you so much. Yeah, the main thing I want people to take away from my book is the idea that you have the power to create your own opportunities by combining curiosity, adaptability, and resilience in a rapidly evolving digital world.
I saw a video of the epic outdoor standing desk that you wrote the book at. Is being in nature and standing desk important for your creative process?
Being in nature and using a standing desk is crucial for my creative process. It helps me think more clearly and come up with my best ideas. I'm way more creative and focused when I'm outdoors.
Imagine having a meeting where you can talk to a lifelike human that responds just like a real person. And other agent will be taking notes and summarizing these meetings for you to keep you, the real person, in the loop. And if this turns efficient, we might send our digital natives instead of us to those lengthy Zooms or Teams calls while we will be focusing on more important jobs. I'm personally super excited for this technology. And don't sleep on Google either. With their recent Go Live feature in Gemini, Google's AI is stepping up, giving us the ability to interact with AI in real time. It's like having your own personal AI assistant, but without a digital face just yet.
Okay, let's do some tests. Tell me when you see something that makes sound.
I see a speaker, which makes sound.
What is that part of the speaker called?
That is the tweeter. It produces high-frequency sounds.
What does that part of the code do?
This code defines encryption and decryption functions. It seems to use AESCBC encryption to encode and decode data based on a key and an initialization vector, IV.
So there you have it. Digital humans are no longer just science fiction. From Character.ai to Unith.AI, the future is here and it's going to completely change the way we interact with both the virtual world and the real world. The technology advances so quickly from all the major tech giants. I can't wait to see where this tech goes next, and trust me, this is just the beginning. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more AI deep dives, and drop a comment below. What do you think about digital avatars, digital humans? Would you chat with one? I'm curious to know your thoughts. See you in the next video.